Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, a lot of people are concerned about condition when it comes to your notes. I can understand that. You want notes that are in good condition. But don't forget, you want notes. Don't pass up on every single note you see hoping to find a better one, because you may find a better one, but it may not be in your price range. If you are looking for a particular note and you see one, I would recommend getting it. You can always upgrade it later. I say that a lot, and a lot of you wonder if I actually do that. And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. When I buy notes, if something gets my attention, I will most certainly buy it immediately. And then over the course of the next few months, will do my best to upgrade it if that's the case. There's nothing wrong with buying notes that aren't in the best shape, especially if you don't have one, because having a note that's in rough shape is still better than not having the note. So yeah, it's okay. You can always upgrade it later. And then the question becomes, well, what do you do with the note? Once you upgrade the note, what do you do with the old one? Put it on eBay. If you are that concerned, you can put it for whatever price you want. If you aren't that concerned, you can put it on eBay, start it for $1. I guarantee someone's going to buy it. People are always looking on eBay, especially at the auctions, and you'd be surprised. Notes tend to go for about what they're actually worth when you start them at the right price. If you choose your price, the note could sit there for a few months. But if you start it for $1, all right, maybe you don't get full value, but maybe you still get 75% of the value. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's take a look at what I've got this week. This week, I'm still going through Vegas notes. These notes came from Arizona Charlie's, the Rampart, Jerry's Nugget, Durango, Sam's Town, M Resorts, Santa Fe Station, Red Rock, Suncoast, and Silverton. So yeah, I was way out on the outskirts to get some of these notes. But if you want to bring home 10 grand in notes, sometimes that's what you have to do. Starting this week with a Where's George? Support dollar bills. Where's George? Go ahead and log this here. So I will log that in as soon as I'm done with this video. And the Where's George note, that came from Suncoast. And I want to show this note and this note. Both of them, as you can see, are, when you hold them up to the light, you can see through them. But if you don't hold them up to the light, you can see through them. This one and this one's really limp, but same thing. Once again, not light. There's the light. No light behind it. You still see through it. Why is that? Because they're covered in baby oil. I got 2 stripper notes, and these came from Rampart. I would not have expected 2 stripper notes coming from Rampart. But there they are, so that's that. Rampart is a higher end casino. You'd expect to find stripper notes at the lower end places. I did find some trinaries, 2s, 8s, and 9s, 0s, 1s, and 8s. Once again, no value on trinaries. I just saved them hoping to pair serial numbers. 0s, 1s, and 7s, and this one is quad 1s. Here's quad 2s. Quads, once again, also have no additional value. I just saved them trying to match numbers. Quad 3s, a little bit of an overprint on there. No, not an error. Quad 4s with a 5th. And it's a trinary, 4s, 5s, and 9s. Quad 8s. And some stars. Checking to see if they're filled. They are not. 2017A, 2017, another 2017, another 2017, and another. This is what people will call a partially filled star. What does it mean when it's partially filled? It means it's not a filled star. That's what it means. So we will just leave it at that. And you can see there's a little bit of overprinting here. So what? Doesn't matter. 2017, 2013 star. Starting with a couple zeros. Starting with 3 zeros like that. That's pretty cool. 2013B, one of the duplicate series, and yes, it is in the range. You're looking for 032 all the way to 096 to be in the duplicate range, or if you find one that is numbered 250,000 or less, that's also in the duplicate range. This one is above that, so it's not in the duplicate range. 2003A, another 2003A. The 2013 B's came from Jerry's Nugget, by the way. That would have been a place that you would expect to find stripper notes because the Palomino Club is right across the street. All right, 2003A, 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 and another, that one's kind of dirty. 2003, a little bit better shape. This one's nice shape as well, 2003. Just double checking the numbers after last week's fiasco. 2003, 2001, another 2001, 1995, in nice shape. 1993, not a web note. Another 93, also not a web note. Too bad about that. You don't find very many 93s. 1988A, also not a web note, but in really nice shape. And another 1988A, not quite as nice as the first one. The seal on this one is a little bit off, and you can see that the serial number, the I, almost gets into that other print. Not far enough to call it an error, just far enough to be noticeable. All right, what did I pull out this week? I found this is a emergency currency note from North Africa. It's a silver certificate from 1935A. This was the emergency currency used in the European front of World War II. They did this so that they could still pay soldiers and soldiers could spend money, but if any large quantity of money was ever taken by our enemies, Congress with the swipe of a pen could say every note that has a yellow seal is no longer valid. That was the point of emergency currency. Nowadays we use military payment certificates, and it's the same principle there. A lot of you are thinking, why do you have this note? It's in horrible condition. And yeah, you're right. It is not in the greatest condition. Looking at the back, you can see all kinds of dirt. However, it's a star. And I did not have a star. I do have a star Hawaii note, but I did not have a star North Africa note. And I don't see very many of these, so whenever I had a chance to get one, I didn't care about condition. I've got one. I can cross it off the list. So now I can choose to upgrade this at any point in time. And if I don't, well, I still know that I have one. And like I said, having the note is the important part. Having the greatest condition of that particular note isn't my goal. My goal is to have the note. I can check it off my list. 1935, a star note from North Africa. Let's slide this out of the way and take a look at the book. Here we go. For use of the armed forces in Europe and North Africa. There's the $1. And if we check it out here, $1 with the star, 35. You're talking, even in VG8, it's $175. If you want one in 20, you're talking $375. If you happen to find a really nice one, $4,000. I'm sure I probably got this for under $100. So yeah, I was able to check off one of those notes for my collection. To me, that's the fun part. I mean, it's great to know that different notes exist. It's great to see different notes, but when you actually get to own those notes for a bargain price, sometimes it's just more important to have that little piece of history. Anyway, that's what I've got for you guys this week. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.